Yeah, every living entity is a soul, including a fish or a chicken or a goat. So by killing it, we are stopping its natural progression into the next living entity. So it is actually not recommended that we eat any living entity. Of course, even plants have souls, but that is ordained by the Lord for human beings to eat. Or in the original Bible, as well as in the Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. So the diet for a sane human being is not from the animal kingdom, it is from the plant kingdom.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's farm raised or it's in the sea. Even if human raised, it doesn't mean that they can eat. That's
Yeah,
what.
we should not affect any living entity.
Okay.
Animals have their own hierarchy. Let them do their own hierarchy. Um, but when a human being eats, you get the karma of breaking their cycle. Right? For example, blobfish, it maintains crustacean populations. So it functions as a what? As a regulator underwater. So there is a certain proportion of shellfish that should be in the sea, certain proportion of sea urchins, certain proportion of crustaceans like crab. So the blobfish eats selectively so that it maintains that balance in the under ocean. But that's not human beings' responsibility. Like even sea stars, they eat fish, snails, or crabs. They love mussels. This is very interesting. The sea stars, what they do, they move over the mussel, they open the muscle's shell, and it ejects its own stomach to surround the muscle and absorbs it. It puts like a powerful acid, dissolves that muscle and eats it. So this is animal kingdom. They can do all this. A lion can rip apart a deer and eat it. But you're not an animal body, you are a human body, right? So it is our responsibility not to um, basically break that ecosystem. For us, the ordained food is fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains. Yeah, believe it or not, even in the original Bible, they were only allowed. But later on, people started saying God has given power us over all creatures, so we'll cut open and eat them. Power over other creatures doesn't mean that you cut and eat them. Power over other creatures means that you take care of them, right? Look at this entity. It has a heart. We have a heart. It has gills. It has internal organs. It has sophisticated vein system. So when we break that cycle, we get implicated in the law of karma. And look at this. It excretes salt from its gills. It also urinates, like the sea fish, they urinate a lot and then to get rid of the salt in the body. Usually it is said that the sea fish have more salt than the river fish or farmed fish. But regardless, you're still artificially inseminating and artificially creating these. And then as soon as there's a life coming in, a soul is there. And then you are stopping the flow of that soul's journey, right? Because if you look at that cycle, the soul is going through the lowest water part entity, from there to smaller fish, then bigger fish, then finally into even bigger fish. Then they come into land animals, then they go into plants, then they go into things like birds. The soul is migrating. It's not Darwinian evolution, it is soul's evolution. By the way, Darwinian evolution is wrong, and I will put a link in the chat window of a lecture that I gave day before yesterday to some of the students. I think Sheshdev was there, and I gave it again yesterday to Karthik, but I didn't record that. But I'll just send the recording. You can take a look at it. Darwinian evolution of monkey becoming man is wrong. It has been proven conclusively through archaeology, and so therefore the evolution is really of the soul going from different kinds of bodies upwards. So we should not break that cycle. If we break, then we get implicated in the law of karma. That soul wants to get into the body of the fish. finish its journey, go into the next body, finish its journey and continue, and then come to human form. But what's happening if you kill, then again it has to take birth as a fish and continuing its remaining life's journey. Does that help?
Yes, Prabhu. Thanks.
Okay. Hare Krishna.